Oh, is he filming? Hello there. Cooey.
Hi, Rock Antenne here at the Hard Rock Cafe in Munich, almost live, and we have a very special guest here, Francis Rossi of the legendary Status Quo. Thanks for taking the time.
Almost alive, look. Sorry.
Thanks for taking the time and talking to us.
Thank you. As I said to you off mic, it's a two-way street, because two-way street. I hate it when artists think you're honoured for speaking to us. It's a two-way street.
Oh, okay. Well, you haven't had the full interview yet, but still, I gotta.
Sorry. Yes.
I gotta ask you one question though. The obvious question is, how's Rick?
Working on it. He has to.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long, slow process. So
yeah.
they tell us. But he's quite within himself, quite okay. And I saw him when he came out of hospital, and Rick is an extremely tough person. And as he said in his own press release, that being the wild man of rock and roll, and this is the same for all of us, now he has to pay back. It's like you've had the money from the bank, now you have to pay back. And he realises it's going to be long and slow, and that he's probably paid his last gig with us, perhaps. We just don't know. It's such a strange place to be.
That's yeah, I know. I can imagine. But that would be the next question. Is
It
like
was John Lennon, though, wasn't it?
What?
Imagine.
Yeah. It was. Have you ever thought about postponing the tour, just to wait for it and see what comes out?
Yes, of course we did.
Yeah.
That was the first thing we thought. But this isn't the 70s. You don't just cancel, postpone, and think goodbye. Everybody starts to sue you. The shows are insured, and if then the insurance company go to people to get insured. You don't want to hear this shit, but it's the truth. And they now will sue for loss of earnings. So the people want their money for the ticket bank. The hall wants their money back. We spent all the money on the trucks, the crews, the lights, the things, and they all want their money. And then the promoter sues for loss of earnings, which is understandable. So unless we carry on, oh shit, we're in trouble. And again, it's one of those things that recently I've been talking about, that if, and this begins with the radio stations, the TV station, the hotel, this room, unless everybody makes money, it's finished.
Yeah.
And Status Quo needs to take X million each year just to stand still, to maintain the people that work for us. And we've got some lovely people who work for us and look after us. But they all have money and families and lives, and we have a crew to think about for the next 2 years. Yeah, so it must. Marcus is free.
Yeah, I know. He earns too much.
You
anyway.
just give him a picture, and he's good. He just goes off in the cupboard for 10 minutes. I don't know what he's doing, but he just keeps looking at these things, you know. And when he comes out, it's all dribble. I don't. Yeah. Just.
So how long did it take you to find a replacement guitarist who could actually sort of replace
Well,
Rick?
it didn't take as long. Initially we had John's son Freddie, who's grown up with us. You know, we've known him since he was in the womb, in the dressing womb. Marlena Dietrich, never mind. And I really liked Freddie, and he's a really lovely player. But we knew of Richie because he'd come to see Rick before, since he was about 12. And he really starts to he plays a lot like Rick in his style, and it was the obvious thing to look at. Initially, he was too much like Rick, so you can't put somebody in Rick's place and expect the people to, if he's doing a copy of Rick.
Yeah.
But he's really developed into his own thing, and I hate to admit it, being an older person, that you bring in a young man and something happens. I would rather say, no, it's no good, but there's something has happened. Whether it's because we had to pull together as a team to make this work for obvious reasons, and that's good for everybody. And then in comes this young guy, and I think, go over there, you. Go over there. And then he's playing something, and we keep discussing it in the band. Something's different, and it's making us, it's giving it a kick in the arse, and I still can't figure it out. I'm confused by it. I didn't expect it to be. So it's like, okay.
If that's such a kick.
I know what you're going to say. It's possible. It's possible, but I don't think so at the moment. I don't think so at the moment. How's that to answer the question you didn't ask?
Exactly. I mean, I'm so easy to,
No, that's me. I'm a big mouth.
There's something I gotta ask you about, because I found it funny, but slightly confusing as well. I never wore this. I didn't want to have naked men on my.
Oh, I can't think why.
Who got the idea back then to do this for a start, and then
the interest? I'll explain. Our manager, he phoned me up. I said no, and he phoned Rick up. He said no, we're not doing that. There we are. But you have to understand, as I said, as with the insurance problem and why we didn't stop for the summer, is it's not the 60s or the 70s. For some reason, things are different. If you come to you guys, yourself and whomever, Marcus, we come, well, Quo have got a new album. You go, so? They had a new album last year and the year before, and the other 30 new albums. What are they like? Status Quo. Okay, so there's nothing. Now, we come to you and say they've got an acoustic album. Really? Oh, they've got to listen, either because we think it might be funny, it might be rubbish, or we might like it. And then they say the two of them, the blonde one and the bald one, you know, those two, yeah. They've got no clothes on. I've got to see these two. I've got to. So a lot of people went, look, asshole. And a lot of people went, oh, that's our boys, you see. And then they say to them, and Bryan Adams took the photograph. I've got to listen to that. So it took 3 things before they actually said they would listen. And that is very much our world these days. There has to be a marketing angle to get in, whether it's for a rock station, this club we're in, whether it's his business, whatever it is. Now it's a marketing angle, then we'll listen. And if we'd have just said another rock album, they go, yeah. So what if Status Quo make a rock album? So, well, you could at least disagree. No, it'd be fantastic. Something, lie to me, we're in show... No, we're in show business here. So I find everything in our business is about the marketing. I mean, that's great marketing. Look, if you don't mind being, people said, oh, but don't you feel an idiot? You go, yes. I feel an idiot on stage sometimes when it's going wrong. And I had a manager once said, you get food poisoning. He said, you don't stop eating. No, you don't, do you? That poisoned me. I'm never eating that. Yes, you do. Go back and eat again. So I think it's the same with that. And then the logical move was it was very successful. Do us another one. Logical.
Yeah. So
I need to sleep now. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry. Oh, shame.
I thought about my most intelligent question of the day.
I've got no intelligent answers. You ask what you like.
This is got to be... Hang on. It's a pun as well. Is after the Brexit, is that the first step to the Stexit?
I got very much in trouble with British fans saying I thought it was a stupid move to leave. I love the idea of us all being together. I love the idea of being a European. I'm still British, but I'm still partially a bit Italian. That's okay, apparently. And in England, they kept saying that we don't want to be like the Americans. We're going to lose our identity. Have you ever met a Texan?
Yeah.
He's a goddamn Texan, but he's still a US citizen. There's no reason we couldn't have all been that. And I think the British were sold that we're going to go back to how it was in the 50s. Really? You're going to take the lines out of the cars, out of the streets, the parking meters, the red lines, the yellow lines, the boxes. No, you're not. Or they say we want to make our own dishes and we don't want Europe to make them. Some other dick is going to make them in Westminster. But I got in such trouble with the English fans. So you may erase all of that. Thank you.
But what is it with the acoustic thing that is so fascinating about it that you just gonna stop playing electric guitars?
I wanted to stop the electric anyway, but in the meantime, something else came along with the acoustic. We were doing these shit ads for Australia and this supermarket. And again, we upset people. I bet, what do they do it for? Money? Surprise. No, we do it for free. It's rubbish. So, of course, we did it, you know. And we were doing this version of Down, Down, kind of country is picky, you know. And then they set up this thing in Shepperton Studios in a film set to make this ad for Australia. And they had the people in a circle, and it was like the Presley in the round. So
Vegas.
Yeah. So she's good, and it was a great atmosphere, and you're out there all day, 12 hours of filming, making a 3-minute ad. She's good, you know, this is good. And then as we come off, our manager, I like to call him Chubbs, he looks like a Christmas pudding, his hair's gone, so, you know, when they put, he looks like a Christmas pudding. And he said to us, what about if you do an acoustic thing? Oh, no, you know, it's just... And Rick said, yeah. I said, no. He said, well, we could try. Subsequently, Rick doesn't like it much. He likes to play electric, and I love doing this. It's kind of weird. But we did the thing. The album became extremely successful. Didn't expect that. And didn't expect that I'd enjoy... I was saying to the other guy just now, if anybody that plays guitar, particularly acoustic, it leans against the body so it resonates. You can feel it in your rib cage. You can feel it around your head because of the sound of the bowl. You've got so you've got, as you're playing, so the drums are there, you've got the hi-hat, and you've got this beautiful resonance, and you sing, and it's fantastic. So it's almost like... It's almost like reinventing it. Sorry, hang on. I'll be all right. Wait a moment. It's almost like reinventing... sorry, just a minute. But it's almost like reinventing status quo. And for us, we have an expression in England, a change is as good as a rest. So I was going to have a rest, but now we're having a change.
Would you have finished Status Quo by now if you hadn't got the idea of the acoustic thingy to do?
That was the idea, yeah.
So you wouldn't be here anymore?
Well, not after Christmas, no. Well, how old will I be? I'm going nearly 68, 69. Now, if I go back to ask me when I was 20, do you really think you'll be in front of that microphone when you're 67? You can't see it, can you?
No.
It can't be possible. No. It can. And we didn't think when I was... There's a famous interview in England with Mick Jagger and... This guy's a famous chat show host called Michael Parkinson, and he's talking to Mick Jagger when Jagger was about 19 or something. He's very nice, you know. Hello, it's all very nice. And he says, you've had this success and you've done that and you've done this now, and perhaps it was a year or so that the Stones have been popular. You know. He said, so how long do you think this could go on? And Mick Jagger went, well, at least 18 months. Now, to a man of 18 or 19, that's a fucking long time. So again, when we were 19 or 20, can we last 5 years? 5 years to a 19-year-old, whoa, and yet a 67-year-old. It's not long. I could be dead then.
So now you destroyed your own retirement plan with the thing you do here.
Yeah, but that's what I kind of love.
What was your retirement plan?
Just to be at home. And I make music. I have a structure in life. I like living, you know, kind of, sometimes. But then my voice is gone, you know what I mean? You get that old person. I'm getting on my own nerves this morning. What did you just ask me? You've forgotten.
What was your retirement plan?
Just to
be home.
Just to be at home, whatever else. But I suddenly get enthused about. I'm also committed to do. I have a solo album that Adele were going to take, and they want to release next April. Then I agreed. The acoustic thing, because the second one came along. One of the girl singers in the acoustic, Hannah Ricard, I started writing songs with somehow. Now I'm now fascinated singing with this girl, perhaps because she makes me sound so good. So I have a solo album in the can. I have another album coming along with Hannah Ricard, and yet I want to retire. Who's a dickhead? Me.
You forgot the acoustic world tour you're going to come up with.
There is that
soon.
Too. That's true. And you just get enthused about music. And before I know it, I've committed to another 2 years. And there are times when you get tired and you go, oh shit, what did I do this for? And then it's all fabulous again. It's the worst drug I've ever known. It's worse than alcohol, hash, coke, heroin, anything. This drug is never satisfied. It wants a bit more, a bit more, a bit more. Reminds me of some of the girls I used to know. You know her too, do you? Yes, he knows her. You're going to ask another question? That'd be two.
Yeah, I know. Like, good morning and bye.
Yeah. He's the man, you know.
How did you select the songs that you wanted to present acoustically? I mean, you have a back catalog.
Shitloads, yeah.
It's like, yeah.
I sit down with Mike Paxman, who we got in to produce it to keep us all in line. And I didn't fancy the responsibility of producing it, to be honest. And we sit down with it with 60 or 70 songs, and then I sit in the room with the acoustic, and we go, oh, maybe. We tick them, then we go through them again, so maybe. And then everybody comes in, and we start again, and maybe. And then it's interesting that when they were done in their original state, if you'd written the song, you say, what about you? Go, yeah. It's like one of your babies. No, I want it like this. When we revisit them, all that seems to go. So there's a fabulous sense of creativity goes on in the room. You're sitting very relaxed. It's in my studio, my home. It's very nice in the trees. And you try something, yeah, try. But if it was one of the new ones, So that is quite interesting too. If people have come up with really wacky ideas that normally, no, you give it a try. John Edwards came up with doing Dear John, which is really weird because John Edwards doesn't like Dear John, but he came up with a great version of doing it. And I think it's particularly good on this. So it does show you that the creative thing that goes on, even songs that people don't like, they find a way of doing it, which is quite good. So now, as I said, we've done the second. If this one is successful, what happens next? We do the third. And I'm already looking at stuff post-85, since all these guys were, and it's like, ooh. There are some very interesting things that understandably in that between 85 and 95, the Quo hardcore were that anti everything we were doing. It probably wasn't given a fair chance. So now if we do them again, as you can see, I'm getting enthused and you're falling asleep. This is really great. Oh no,
I'm still,
he's asleep, isn't he? You see?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mind you, I sleep when I talk.
I even have one more question, it's funny.
No.
Yeah.
Dear me. The day I had another question. Sorry.
That will be today.
Yeah, it will be today, yeah, just your luck.
Have you had many of the status quo, puristic fans? They go like, don't do this, don't, we want the old quo back.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, okay.
Ever since Rockin' All Over the World. That's the truth. We got more letters on the Rockin' All Over the World project than we've ever had before or since. Well, what a mistake it was. We lost lots of fans. Then it happened with...
You gained a couple of new ones, it's key.
I think so. When you like to think so. But if you start thinking that way, you just won't... You desperately won't change. It's interesting, we were talking this the other week, and he'd been talking to Angus, AC/DC. And this guy said to Angus, Angus, what do you think of it when people say you've made the same album 17 times? And he went quiet. He said, fuck off 18 times. I just think that's the best. What? And I find their albums are the same, but they're great, and I don't know how they do that. They really do pretty much the same thing again and again, but brilliantly. Better than anybody. Anyway, how'd I get to fucking talk about them? Promo me.
We will promo you. Is there any song of all those acoustic versions where you go like, damn, I have to do this song although I don't want to. Damn, I need to do this song because...
Whatever you want, Rockin' All Over the World. We had to do those on the first one, and I think Rockin' All Over the World is okay, except it's too low. When we do it live now, it comes up a tone. It was in C, we took it to G, and now we've gone up a tone to A. So it isn't that thing that used to go on in the 70s. AC/DC. I can't do that. Rick likes to try and do that. It's just... So I'm happier singing down here, and I think whatever you want, because it's such a unique piece, it's almost operatic. It's kind of very operatic in its style of the melody. Perhaps Italian opera, the more simple stuff. But I found that the most difficult, and it's just okay.
Yeah.
But the audience love it to death. What a terrible thing to say. They love it to death. I hate you. That can't be right. Erase. Why is it cameramen don't speak, they just nod? Because he's camera and sound, and I'm talking right in your ears. Do you see what I mean? Look, he don't speak.
I got
Oh, he did a bad thing, sir.
well, we're going to present the show in Munich for the last of the Electric Nights. How do you choose a set list for this one? It's 480 songs.
It's pretty much as it's been for the last probably 10 years. There's slight differences now. We never... One time years ago, we got the set list, you know, and we sat, me and Rick and Rick and John, and we said, look, why don't we move Caroline? That'd be good. Put that and open with down, down. That'd be good, yeah. And you write it out and think, yeah, good. And then you go and play it. Yeah, okay. And then you play it in front of an audience. No, I can't believe how you open with down, down. It's like, and you put Caroline in the middle, and Caroline's like, You put them back the other way round again. That's better. So we learned from then. As much as people say, give me something different, we for some reason have this world where we say we want something different, which is why we're sat in a Hard Rock, or we go to McDonald's or Burger King or Chipotle or Starbucks, and then we have sex with somebody, not him, but we have sex with somebody. Think, I'm going to do that again because I like it, and can we do it exactly the same, please? Yeah. And I find that's the thing with the music. I'm sure there are people who do like it slightly differently, but the set list generally is really good at the moment, and I'm getting, because I'm going to go and do it again next week. What?
He says,
can he have a cup of tea, please?
Is there still...
Fucking sports people.
You know, for this special tour and special... Is there Dungeons, Dragons, fireworks? Like before?
Yeah, no, actually, what we've got, stage right near me, there's two lesbians.
That's a start.
In little pleated skirts with heels, kissing each other.
Yeah.
For the ladies on stage left, there's two Chippendales getting their clothes off. No, that's bullshit. No, it's just status quo. It's just these two, yeah. It's just status quo. As I said to you, the older I get, I'm getting worse at sort of, you must come and see the show, it's fantastic. I don't know that. I've got no idea what it will be like. I really hope it's good, because I enjoy it too, and it's good. It's better than that. It's better than sex, sometimes. But it's the only, people understand sex and food. If you said that point of climax, that's what it's like being on stage when it works. And guess what? It lasts longer than that 25 seconds we get. And it just stays there. And that is what you're trying to find every night on stage. This energy develops, and then it's like surfing on a wave. You just like, you know. Yeah, get out, let's go. It's getting too sexual.
That was an insult. Right?
This is not Hamburg, you know.
Thanks very much for talking to us, and I'll see you in Munich.
You've got that. Thanks very much for talking at me. Thank you very much.
Rock Antenne, der beste Rock nonstop.